So what did your addiction look like at its worst?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard to pinpoint when you mean the worst, it's hard to pinpoint what the worst is, to be honest. There's
yeah.
a mixture of worst and then there's a little bit of goodness, right? Well, not goodness, you know, a bit of excitement.
Mm,
Then the worst is it attempted suicide? Is that the worst? And there was 4 of them.
yeah.
So that's it. I suppose that if you want to put the worst is if I wanted to kill myself, then yeah, that's the worst. And that was 4 times.
It's really interesting, like, that concept of a rock bottom that,
That's funny.
like yeah, well, rock bottom must mean death, mustn't it?
Yeah, what I do nowadays when I talk to people, I try and educate them whether they want to hear from my, and it's just my opinion, how I see things from my experience
Yes. Yep.
and my knowledge. And one thing I do talk about is rock bottom. And like you just said, rock bottom for an addict is death.
Mm,
You hear people saying, "Oh, I've hit rock bottom." I said, "No, you're not dead yet."
yeah.
You know, there's just different levels to get to that rock bottom that we hit. I
Yeah, and
call
if
them
you're
levels.
still alive, you've still got hope,
You
don't
haven't
you? Yeah, yeah, but and rock bottom for one person and for another can be completely different, like
that's what I try and say. I try and speak to people about that rock bottom because if you think you've hit rock bottom, I can tell you got another thing coming.
mm.
If you don't believe you can go any worse, pick up a drug, you'll find out.
Yeah,
It gets worse
yes.
every time.
Yeah. So what led you to change?
Desperation.
Actually, desperation. Let me rephrase that. Over your 33 years of addiction, like, how many times did you try and quit and what methods did you use?
I first tried to get clean, and like I was not one of those addicts who said I don't have a problem. I knew I was a drug addict, right, from
Yeah.
a very young age, and I used to use that as an excuse for my behaviour. Actually, it was like I used to wear it like
Yeah.
a badge.
Yeah.
I'd do some fucked up shit, and someone say, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm a drug addict. What do you expect?"
Mm.
Because that's what you
Yep.
expect for a drug addict to do that sort of shit.
Yeah.
But at the age of 37, I thought, okay, I've had enough. I had a 7-year-old boy in tow. I was a single dad, and I'll go
Mhm.
into that if you want me to. And I looked at my life. I can't, I've got, I realized drugs were an issue for me. They were destroying my life. I thought, I can't keep doing this. And I went and saw a drug counselor at the age of 37. And for the next 10 years, I tried probably every method you could probably ever think of to get clean. Getting clean wasn't the hard part for me. Getting clean
Yes.
simple. It was staying clean I couldn't do.
Yeah.
I can get clean real easy, that's simple. That wasn't a problem. It was a bit uncomfortable, a bit painful, but I can get through that.
So talk to us about some of the things you've done to get clean.
Okay, 6 detoxes.
Yep.
I never did a rehab because to me a rehab was like a prison sentence and there's no way I was going back to
Mm.
jail.
Yep.
That's why I didn't do it. I'm not against rehab, but,
Yes.
that's for me, that was my story. I
Yep.
moved to Queensland, I moved to Sydney.
Geographical?
It's thinking if I just get away from my so-called friends,
Yep.
I'd be within 2 hours of landing the airport, I was on the drug scene again. I couldn't wait to get on, because I hadn't had drugs on the plane or like I was hanging. I had to get
Yeah.
drugs. I tried psychotherapy, I tried pharmacotherapy, I tried the old medicine routine.
Mhm.
I tried Reiki, hypnosis, acupuncture, put myself into the country region, if I just go out the bush somewhere and, like, that was just terrible. That was the worst experience I've ever had in my life 'cause I'm not a bush person at all.
Ha ha ha!
So it
Yeah.
didn't take me long to come back to the city and find the drugs again.
Yeah.
I I can't I can't imagine anything I didn't try. I tried
Mm.
cold turkey, I tried willpower, just willpower
Yeah.
lasts about half an hour, then I'm sort of,
Mm.
"God, I just gotta have something."
And is that the insanity of the disease that you or the desperation of trying to give up? You try so many different things?
Yeah, I think that's probably the most painful part of addiction, to be honest. I mean, the rest of the
Mm.
pain can be washed away with drugs. But when you're
Yeah.
trying to give up, you haven't got that solution. Like, if you're really trying really hard to give up, you don't have that solution at hand at right at that moment. Probably the most
Mm.
painful part, and that's why a lot of people do relapse, is because it's painful internally,
Yes.
because it goes against everything that your mind will tell you you need to do. So it's a
Mm.
massive battle.